everyone, and welcome to this session entitled Navigating the Road to Transfer Success, Promoting Access, Equity, and Completion through the Programming of Equity-Focused Transfer University Tours. My name is Lupita Jimenez, and I am currently a transfer specialist and adjunct counselor at Mount San Antonio College. I have been working with and on behalf of transfer students for over 8 years, and my role in the program that we're about to present to you is being the lead coordinator.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jesse Lopez. I'm a counselor at Mount SAC, and I've been at Mount SAC for about 9 years now. I work for a few different programs, primarily working in general counseling, but I've also worked with the EOP&S program, the DREAM program serving undocumented students, and the REACH program that serves our foster youth. Part of the trip and the tour, part of my functioning is basically presenting, facilitating discussions, and being a chaperone for students.
And my name is Alana Bakor. Hello, everyone. I am counseling faculty in a general counseling department here at Mount SAC. And I've been a counselor for about 8 years now. And I have also been a chaperone for the Northern California tours. And so just to give you a little background about our college, Mount SAC. Mount SAC is short for Mount San Antonio College, and it is one of the largest public community colleges in California. Yes, we know when people hear Mount San Antonio, they think Texas, but no, we are in California. And we are located in the city of Walnut, which is about 30 minutes east of downtown Los Angeles. And we are very large and a very diverse campus, with our institution being a Hispanic serving institution, as well as an Asian American and Native American and Pacific Islander serving institution. We've included some of our transfer stats for you to see. And so we are #1 for in-state private transfers. We're #1 in out-of-state transfers, #2 in transfers to the California State Universities, and #7 to our University of California universities. So today we want to be talking about how we are addressing the equity gaps for our students. We see that Hispanic Latino males, Native Hawaiian Pacific Islander females, Native American, Alaskan Native females, and basically our foster youth transfer at lower rates than other students. And we want to make sure that we are addressing that equity gap.
So given those equity gaps in our transfer outcomes of our students, the Transfer Center determined that one way to address them is via the Northern California University tours that we offer to our students in our campus, in order to help students persist through their transfer journey by exposing them to these other transfer options that they can see as a viable option if we remove their socioeconomic barriers. So just a little bit about what the Northern California University tours are. So this is an annual 3-day and 2-night program coordinated by the Transfer Center every fall to offer, again, opportunities to students to visit institutions out of the local area. So campuses that we visit include San Francisco State University, UC Berkeley, UC Davis, and UC Santa Cruz. We service about 45 students every year. And some of the program activities include a Transfer One orientation because we want to make sure that our students are at the same level of understanding of the transfer process, transfer requirements, and just what it takes to transfer to the university. We offer transfer talks throughout the duration of the trip or program. We also assist students with UC personal insight question reviews. So that would be the personal statements for the University of California. And just, of course, we include our tours, our missions presentations, alumni panels, and specialized student workshops to show our students that the support that they receive at Mount SAC can also be received at the university level. So some of the sources of funding that we look out for to fund this program include student services, associated students, and student equity funds, in order to accommodate the financial needs of our students to be able to receive the 3 daily meals, transportation, lodging, and a sweatshirt for the program. So in revamping the Northern California University tours, we included the following steps, again, to make sure that we diversified the student participation in the program. so that we increase participation of students who fall in the equity gap and eventually have an impact in their transfer rates. So step number one was to develop clear student learning outcomes, and also revamp the application and selection criteria for this program. We then reached out for student equity funds, and then we created the curriculum and the schedule of the program aligned with the student learning outcomes that were clearly developed. And of course, in order to ensure that we received the feedback and input from the students, we developed an annual survey that was sort of enhanced every year to ensure that it reflected the activities that were being enhanced every year for the program. And again, just to ensure that we're constantly having the student voice in it and how we can improve each year for the better outcomes of our students. So thanks to this revamping of the program, the Transfer Center became a recipient of the Mount SAC President's Award in Excellence and Innovation in Teaching and Learning through Outcomes Assessment. So these are three of the student learning outcomes that we developed as we put together this program, or revamped it more than anything. So student learning outcome number one, remove financial barriers to explore transfer options. So again, this is with the goal to make the university tours accessible and more equitable to students as well, to ensure that there was no barrier for students to be able to participate in this tour. So paying for their meals, paying for the hotel, paying for the transportation, and then even providing sweatshirts because it's a little colder up north, to ensure that students were fully focused in the experience. So for the student learning outcome number two, the purpose of it was to develop a sense of belonging in higher education. So keeping this in mind, the curriculum and schedule of activities was developed in a way that we make sure that the activities were going to be able to, make students comfortable with the transfer process, see themselves as transfer scholars, and just empower them to choose transfer as a viable option. Again, with the goal then, number three, to support their persistence through the transfer process. And this is just an example of the itinerary that, we usually plan for students. This is actually what we were going to start implementing in fall 2020, but of course the pandemic hit and we were not able to have this program then, and we haven't been able to have it for the last few years until we are given the green light to go back to the campuses in person in such a large group. So here's a little sample of the activities that we do during day one, during day two, and then during day three. Again, you'll see that the itinerary includes the campus tours, admissions presentations, alumni panels, and just some transfer talks with the students where our counseling faculty and transfer specialists engage in transfer conversations with our participants of the tours. Again, a key component and very successful as well component of this program is our alumni panels. This is where we try to make sure that our current Mount SAC students see themselves as future transfer scholars at those institutions, hearing for the students who recently transferred from Mount SAC to now UC Davis, UC Berkeley, UC Santa Cruz, and San Francisco State.
So what did we learn? So for our student transfer outcomes, we did a 3-year outcome assessment, and we're hoping that what we share with you can help with your implications of practice, and as well as we can continue to improve upon our Northern California tours. Next slide, please. Thank you. So for the, students were sent a survey, and so we wanted to make sure that questions were formulated to yield both qualitative and quantitative data. And so these questions were actually created by the chaperones and other facilitators of this program. And so they were really targeted to make sure that we get the information from the students to make sure that we are building the program curriculum based on what the students needs. What we found out is basically what we already know, that exposure matters, representation matters, and counter storytelling matters. So on the trip, we saw the power of exposure So many of our students, some of them have never even traveled out of Southern California before. So just, staying in a hotel room, being able to do that and traveling up to Northern California, they didn't realize that there were universities. And just the different location of it really had an impact on the students' belief in themselves and seeing themselves there. In terms of representation, we had, besides admission presentations done for students, we also made sure to include specialized presentations at the colleges that we visited. One of them included an undocumented student program presentation for all of our students, so that way they could see themselves there at those campuses. And counter storytelling matters. Lupita mentioned that we did have alumni go, and as you saw in the outline, that they were there giving presentations, helping with the tours. And so having our students see alumni make it there at those campuses, telling their stories of success, really did make a difference for our students. And so 91% of our students did transfer between 2018 and 2020. And so we want to make sure that we continually allocate the necessary resources to holistically support students on this trip. And so, you want to also do that with the programs that you're doing at your campuses.
Alrighty, so these are some just anecdotes and snippets, particularly students' backgrounds and some testimonials of the participants that were a part of the trip, and just a little bit about the power of counter storytelling. So we have Giovanna, and she was a Mount SAC student, Mount SAC alum, who participated on the tour. She's a first-generation college student. She's also a participant with our DREAM program. And she graduated from UC Davis 2021, so just last year, with a bachelor's degree in psychology and a bachelor's degree in Chicanx studies. And she's currently at, I believe, Cal Poly San Luis Obispo doing her graduate program in education. And just as a little disclaimer, we're going to be kind of going through a few student highlights. And so as we're going through these, feel free to pause the video to kind of read a little bit about their backgrounds in the Mountie Transfer Alumni Spotlight. So we also have Daniel, and Daniel also is an alum from Mount SAC, first generation college student, participant in our DREAM program as well. And he actually graduated right during the pandemic hit at UC Santa Cruz. So his time for employment was sporadic, but a lot of the trial and tribulations paid off. He got multiple job opportunities and currently works full-time as an advisor, helping students in low-income areas get access to college and really get their college application process started. And he got a bachelor's degree in political science, particularly Latin American and Latino studies. Then we have Rogelio, and Rogelio graduated in 2019 from UC Berkeley, and he got a bachelor's degree in sociology with a minor in education. Again, Mount SAC alum, a participant of our DREAM program as well, and actually most recently was hired through our high school outreach department, where he goes to the local feeder schools and helps students apply to college, learn about the financial resources and programs that are available. So it's coming full circle for him, serving the students that, and the programs that he was once a part of. And then lastly, we have Tatiana, and Tatiana attended San Francisco State. She was also an alum from Mount SAC, participant of the DREAM program, and she got a bachelor's degree in psychology and is currently kind of thinking about graduate school, looking at employment as well, kind of figuring things out as she transitions into these new arenas. So this is our theoretical framework when looking at the program, when doing the implementation, reflecting on things that we could adjust. It is always with theory in mind and how the literature reflects what we're doing, good and bad. And so we have here just the titles of the theories and the authors. So you feel free to look those up. These are, I think, obviously historic, right? These are theories that most of us are probably familiar with, but in particular, when we're thinking about implementing programs, right, we're always looking at what would be the best fit with the type of student population we're serving. And so, just real quickly, when we're looking at the hierarchy of needs, right, when we're talking about implementation with the programs, this is looking at basic things like food, clothing, warmth. The students really, that part of that revamping was getting students food allocation, some clothing, some gear, and that kind of, it's enmeshed with a lot of these theories. When we talk about students feeling validated and supported, right? A lot of that is the way in which they're served. The presentations that we developed hit the areas of Chickering's vectors. It hits the involvement piece and highlights that from the student panel. And really what we're trying to do is work with other places so that we can develop that transfer receiving culture, and in turn that we're developing the transfer sending culture. So feel free to definitely take a look at these theories, as they've really been instrumental in the development and then the assessment of how well and how effective we have been implementing the program.
So once again, we want to thank you for watching our session. My name is Lupita Jimenez, and my contact information is here as well. So feel free to contact me if you have any questions.
Yes, and my name is Alana Bakor, and my information is also on the screen.
Great. And again, my name is Jesse Lopez, information also there. Feel free to contact me should you have any questions.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.